Today I am going to be using, this is an old photograph of my mom. She was probably in her early 20s, maybe, somewhere around there. I just kind of wanted it to be a neutral page, and I'm actually going to put this in my interleave Bible. So I also pulled an old dictionary that has the definition of mother from Webster's. I found some old receipts, and it has her signature on it. So I think that is really cool. And so I want to add that to it. And I just have old book paper. I'm going to use a stencil and some distress ink today, as well as 2 gelatos. And this one is iced rose, and this one is just a brown, because I thought this was too close to this, and I wanted a little bit more. Now that I'm thinking about, I don't know, this kind of makes it just a little bit more aged. So I'm going to use both of those. And then I had purchased some Tim Holtz little ephemera. I have a piece of paper in here and I can't get it out. Anyway, so I just pulled a bunch, and I pulled them in pinks and reds and greens. Just kind of some different colors, so that I'm just going to do like a collage of things on this page. And so I'm going to take this rose, this iced rose, and I'm just going to rub it all over my page. And I have this, but I don't think I need it. I think it's going to... And I'm not caring that I'm being even or anything else. I'm just kind of getting some of that rose on the page. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of this brown, because I want to just add a little bit of age to it. Okay, then I'm going to take my baby wipe, and I'm just going to start blending the two in together. And you see all your lines disappear. You might could see some of them, but not much. Just a great and easy way to get color on your page. Oh, that looks so good. I love this. We're going to cover up probably most of this. I am going to actually use this stencil a different way, but just wanted to show you a quick way. If you just wanted it to be real subtle and not much, you can take a baby wipe on top of your still wet gelato, and you can rub. And if you notice, it just gives a little bit of the outline and took away some of the gelato underneath. That looks really good. I may just have to do that all over. I was going to do it in green. Now I don't know, because that looks really good. I wanted to add a little bit of this peeled paint distress ink. Let me throw that away. And this is called a blender brush, or a blending tool, I think it is. And I'm just going to dab it into my distress ink, and then I'm just going to rub it over my stencil. This one's kind of been well used, so this just gives it just a hint of the green, and I think that's really pretty. And I'm going to do that down here in the corner. I like to do it like that. We'll see how it works. All right, I'm going to do it one more place. I don't know where. I think I'll just do it right here. I think I'm going to do just this little bit right here. There we go. All right, I'm going to stop for right now, and I may want to do a little bit more in a minute. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pieces along with my picture and all of my little paraphernalia, my ephemera. Oh, that looks so good. You could just leave it like that. But I wanted to add some of this green. I was really hoping this green was big enough so that I could use it as a photo mat. But you know, I may just do it like that. I think I like that. Okay. Just going to use this tape runner. And then add this to my paper. And since my trimmer is not near me, I will just use a pair of scissors. Hold on, hold on. Wonderful bifocal contacts. I can see everything I need to except for anything that's up close. That is not straight at all, but that's okay. I guess. And I think I might just add that to the bottom. You'll never know. Let me do it this way. Add it just like that. And I'm going to cut it off. I think that'll work. So I'm going to add it to this little section right there. Make sure I get it right there. Whoop! I did that wrong. Let me do it this way. The way it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm going to gently lay it there. I don't really want it to be permanent. You know what? We're just going to go for it. And I'm just going to put it right there. Put it over just a little bit. I don't think that's straight, but that's okay. And you could just leave it at that. That's so pretty. I love that. Okay, I was going to use some of this stuff, but I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, so I definitely want to use her signature because I just think that's cool. So I'm going to put this somewhere. And I want this definition of mother. Okay, so we're going to put this somewhere. And then I may stick that down there. This is almost like tissue paper, so it's really just going to kind of wash out a little bit. So I have all this other paraphernalia. And I just love this. And I would use it, but it says manufactured especially for fine retail trade, quality guarantee. And I like that, and I think it would look really good, like right there. But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to color this. Because what I'm going to do is put my mom's birth date and the date of her death and put that right there. But I need this to be a little bit of a color. Let me put that aside. And I'm going to use, I think, this Victorian Velvet Oxide. And I'll just do it on here. We'll see how this looks. If it doesn't look very good, we will do something. We'll use the other side. There's always a way to fix things. Now, the best way to use a distress ink is to start off and then kind of rotate towards the middle. But that way, if you start off the page, you won't have a clear, like a clear smudge. This is doing much better, I think, than, this is the oxide. And this is doing much better than the regular distress inks. Oh, that looks really good. All right. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, this is Vintage Photo, and this is regular distress ink. I mean, yeah, regular distress ink. Let me see if I can find one that's kind of brown. It's probably this one. We'll just stick it that way anyway. I just want to go along the edges. See what a difference that makes from the rest of it? Just that little bit around the edge just makes it look a little antique, and that's what I'm going for. Ah, that looks so good. So I know her birthday was April the 23rd, 1930, because it always made it easy, because she would go, I'm 30 past the year. So that always made it easy to know. And just kind of cut that other little stuff off. Kind of make it look like it's a flower there. Okay. Oh, that's just looking so good. My mom was, she just was ready to go when it came time, and I knew this. For me, it made it simpler. Not simpler, because I know that's really not the way to say it. It just made it easier for me. So she passed away in the middle of March. And to be really honest, I didn't really get it that she was gone until that first Mother's Day. And I was in church service, and I just kind of lost it. I really did. And that was when I knew that my mom was gone. She was a seamstress. She made pretty much all of my clothes when I was growing up, even into high school. Okay, so for my small pieces, I'm going to use a Xyron sticker maker, create a sticker, and I'm just going to put these through here. Makes it a whole lot easier. It's like, okay, now what do I do with those little flowers? Oh, I just needed one. Okay. And the only thing I have, this is very old, and it has decided that it doesn't want to tear my paper. Okay, so I'm going to move everything, get it all kind of out of the way. You might want to still use this stamp. And get organized here. Okay, so hopefully you can still see everything. I'm just going to kind of smooth this out a little bit. I'm going to take the top sheet off. And what this does is it puts adhesive on the back of your pieces, so that all you have to do is stick them down. So I'm going to put this here, but I want this up underneath here. And with this stuff, kind of like once it's stuck, it's stuck. Do that just like that. I'm going to do this little one like here. And then this bigger one is going to go right there. Now, all I need to do is date it. Does it need that? I don't think it needs that. I'm just going to wait and not use that for something else. I feel like it needs something. Sometimes I'm never happy. So, I'm going to date this, add her birth date and the date of her death. And I just think this turned out so, so pretty. I just love this. What a memory. And every time I see this, it'll bring back memories of my mom. Now, was my mom perfect? No. She had her faults, just like all of us. But she gave everything she could, if she could. She gave what she could.